Alright, so here today I'm going to be showing off my Master Rank branded Predaplant deck. This deck is like, okay, like branded fusion's at 1, so like this is kind of the way I'd like to play. I like to play the branded deck when you've got like all these hits to it. So this time, instead, I've done like a little bit of different thing. I've just gone ahead and like kind of stripped the deck down, taken out like a lot of the staple cards, just to show like the core here. When I go back, I'm just gonna like discard the changes. But yeah, so I'm sure I'd make this one a little quicker than usual, hopefully, but it's probably gonna end up being just as long, because I ramble on about things sometimes. But here we've got, I'm just gonna jump into it. Decklist, 3 of, good card. You can play Foolish Burial if you want, but I don't think it's necessary, because you like using this later in the combo anyways. It's not like the best thing to start with, because you usually don't want to use this to start your combo, because you want to use it to like search for like this or something. Got the 1 Climito Sundew. You could play 2 if you want. It's like okay. I chose to play just the Triantis instead of the 2nd Climito Sundew because I prefer like having this or follow up. Like follow up, you'd have like you just get this for off of the Decklist on your opponent's turn to get like follow up, but I prefer just like searching for this because you're gonna have this in your pen zone. So you just search for this, and then you have this in your scale this, and then you can fuse into your 2nd Ambula Melodies to get your combos going. Here we have Orphoscopio. Setter summons this or this. This searches any fusion. Double Albaz, Romarin. Romarin is really good. You could play Fairy Tale Snow as your light target, because that's what some people are doing. Like I was looking at the deck list from like a year, like Weiss's like Hartford or something from Pack and Jesse, and they were playing Fairy Tale Snow in their decks as their like branded fusion thing to send. But I think Stay Still Romarin is just a lot better, because your graveyard doesn't really get full enough for Snow to really shine and show a lot of value, and this also helps you a lot in combos where you're starting with branded fusion, so you can put this guy and keep him on the board in order to get him into the grave later to trigger. Double Luber, you don't need to play 2, you can play 1, but with how many hits the branded engine has, I just like having a 2nd one, and that way if I draw, there have been quite a few times where I've drawn just both of these. It's nice to be able to use this, just discard something and still save your normal, and normal summon isn't too bad, because a lot of the times if you have this, you don't need to use your normal summon for your Predaplants. Then we've got Cartesia. Cartesia is really insane now in this deck because instant fusion is banned, but fusion deployment makes up for that a lot because you're searching this, summoning this, that gets you really powerful plays. Quem, also not really a necessary card. I actually like it because sometimes there are scenarios where I'll like get this guy to the grave, or it's because branded fusion is at 1. I don't play 2 of this because there's no reason to. There's nothing else to search. Like if you use Mirror Jade, send this, you're not getting anything. So I usually use Mirror Jade to send this to grab the Quem, because that actually gets you like some sort of a follow-up with like the Cartesia and everything. Then we got the 1 Bufollicula. This is just poly basically. You can summon Guardian Chimera with this, which is really nice, and it's considered a spell effect. This is really nice too, along with this, because you scale both of these, and then you can use both of these and a monster in hand for Chimera. And this also, you can do that to make this without your normal, which also puts this back in your hand, which you can discard for Orphoscopio. Predaplanting, really good. This is just Bird Call. Fusion Deployment for Cartesia. Sometimes you'll summon the Albaz, but not often. Branded Fusion. Triple Super Poly. Don't need 3. You can play it. You only need at least 1 because it's searchable off of the Darlington Cobra. But 3 is good because it's just board breaker card. Double Opening, Predaplanting, and then Branded Banishment. Extra deck. The extra deck is actually very flexible. You don't need, like, if you're not playing like these, you don't need 2 of this. You can probably get away with 1, but I just like having 2 because it's nice to have for the follow up. And then sometimes maybe you want to send one of that off of Romarin to make a Mirror Jade. Garura is for Super Poly, but there have been times where I summon this just to get like a guy on the board that is a fusion. Double Dragos Depalia. 3 is playable. You can play 3 of this, and it's not bad. It's just it never really comes up. Like you're just gonna make something else with your fusions. Titaniclad, Albion, Mirror Jade, Lubellion, Grand Guignol. Chimera is not necessary. You can replace this with something else. This card is really good. Malong, again not necessary. This is just a dump like on Cartesia. If you fuse on your opponent's turn with Cartesia into this, you send this to bounce a card, and then you banish it to summon the Lulu, which again, also not needed, because you can just summon the Quem from the deck. But sometimes you'll have gone through this for your line, will be like that with this, and then this will summon the Quem, summons the Cartesia, and then you can fuse and get this out. Also, another card that is not necessary to be played. Milan, I would recommend it though. Not necessary, but I would recommend it because it has been coming clutch. There was one game against Labyrinth where I used it to out a Gozen match, that because I had like I fusion deployment at the Cartesia, they flipped Gozen, and I was locked into lights, but this outs it because you just fuse into this, which is a light, and then send them along, bounce the Gozen, and you're good to go. For the non-engine that I played, I'll just go to that quickly. I was playing triple Ash, triple Droll, Called By, and one talent. But I kind of in the position where Droll I didn't in like the few games I played, I did not Droll a single person. I did not use Droll a single time. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm just gonna take that out and I'm probably just gonna end up playing this. This is probably gonna be my main deck here. I don't like Maxi. Like, you could just like do this is probably the best way to play it. This is probably the best thing to do because of the Maxi minigame and everything. But I don't like playing Maxi. It's not a fun card. So I like the triple tax. I can spell it. Hello? What the hell? Oh, that's not. There we go. I like the triple tactics. They're good for playing through stuff. This deck is really good through Ash Blossom because like a lot of the times instant fusion makes it a lot better because you can summon Millenniumizer's Dick to just negate Ash Blossom before you fire the Brand of Fusion. But even if it did, I don't know if I'd be even doing that because fusion deployment is just so good. Yeah, this guy eats Ash Blossoms, and then you can just fire the Brand of Fusion that you have. Or you can just like search for Brand of Fusion at the start of your combo, and then you can just do like your whole Predaplant combo uninterrupted because they're just not going to Ash you because they know you have Brand of Fusion. And then at the end you can just like drop it to eat the Ash, but yeah. So I guess that's it for the deck. Imperm on this sucks. If this gets Imperm, that's like really bad. Because this is like two insane effects. Lone Fire and Stratos, but yeah. Profile attempt. Or combos, actually. Now, I'm not gonna really like do like some. This is kind of like a freestyle-y deck. Like there are like some like generic things you can do in terms of your combos, but like more so it's just like doing the cards, and because there are a lot of different like 2-card, 3-card combos that you can kind of navigate your way through. Plays a little bit differently every time, but like so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like do a couple of like hands that are like a little different, and then just like go through how I would just play them. So Fusion Deployment, obviously, really insane card here. For Cartesia, this lets you just like not care at all about Imperm, but this is a pretty good 2-card combo that I'm just going to show off here. As Practice plus Scorpio, that's like the best 2-card combo you can hope for. Because it's kind of more or less immune to Ash Blossom. Because if they Ash you here, and you have any monster in your hand, you just normal the Scorpio and go full combo. So you're going to do this, search the Biblis, everything gets chain blocked as well, and you're not able to get Imperm because of the Cartesia. But normally you wouldn't have that, so I'm going to play as if I didn't have that, sort of. This is going to go for, let's see here, yeah, Clamido Sundew for sure, I think, or, yeah, then this would add the Bufolicula, would be the correct thing to add there, yeah, but I already have it, so it doesn't matter. So this is going to go into the Ambulomelodies. Ambulomelodies searches for your Predaplanting. Very good interruption, this card. Then you're going to activate Ambulomelodies, tributing itself, and summoning Darlington Cobra from the deck. Darlington Cobra is going to search for your Brand of Fusion. Then you will activate Brand of Fusion. Fusing into Albion, sending Romarin and Albaz. This is where like you'd like want a Snow for this combo. Because sending Fairy Tail Snow here is a lot better than sending Romarin, because Romarin doesn't really do anything. You can chain block Albion from like Ghost Ogre or Ghost Bell, but it's not a big deal. This will just dump whatever with that. Yeah, then this is just gonna go into. Let's see here. I want to go into Mirror Jade. Could go into Mirror Jade. Fuse off Albion with this to make something. Or it could make, yeah, I think this is the best thing to do. Mirror Jade is just really good, so I'm gonna go for that. Go for a Mirror Jade, and then because I started with this, I'll just play as if I didn't have that. And this is just like the bare 2-card combo. Use Bufolicula, fuse into Dragos Tapalia. Set this. You'd go end phase here. Albion. You could, if you want to get to Cartesia, you could go for opening to hand, and then use opening to summon Quem, dump the Cartesia, and then on your opponent's turn you can use that to kind of do plays. Or you can use the Mirror Jade to banish something or to trigger that in your end phase, but I don't think that's very good. Yeah, banishment is probably just the best thing to go for directly. And this gets you this nice little end board of Mirror Jade, Dragos Tapalia, banishment, Predaplanting, and then Cartesia is like a nice little bonus that you'd have. So you could use like Mirror Jade, dump, banish. You'd use this to like negate something, and then you can Cartesia into. You could Cartesia into Grand Guignol with these in order to send them along to Battling that gets you some interruption. But I think with this guy is just cooler. Into the Predator power, and then you've got an interruption here. You can do banishment, and then if you want to pop a card, so you go banishment target. And then if you want to like pop something, oh I want to pop this back row, so I'll just go for this here. And then he's got like maybe he's got like a dark monster, any lighter dark monster on his board as well. You can do this, and then as long as they have a lighter dark monster, you would just fuse with their lighter dark monster, ideally, into Grand Guignol. That Mirror Jade is now active again. I'm not even gonna bother activating that, whatever. Grand Guignol sends Malong. Malong bounces a card. Then they special summon. You can take this out into your Luluwala. That gets your interruption there. I'm gonna show here like a little stinky, like the reason I like playing the Triantis now, just because like this, like this is like a terrible hand usually, but you can there are things you can do. You can do like combos with this. You just have to do this. That's gonna activate fusing. Like this is something I can do. I'll just show what you can do if you have like if you've got like interrupted or something, and that's what you have. You just use this. I chained this wrong, but it doesn't really matter. Usually you'd want to do Triantis as unchain like 3. Just so everything that is important is chain blocked. That goes back to your hand. Triantis puts a predator counter on that just because you would like. It's good to put a predator counter there. Add the Orphis Scorpio. Normal summon Scorpio. Scorpio discards the Triantis that you added back in order to summon the Darlington Cobra. Darlington Cobra is going to add from deck to hand Branded Fusion. This is going to activate, tributing one of those two, doesn't matter which, in order to summon Climate Asunder. Branded Fusion is going to activate here, sending a light. Oh my god, I can't click. Cartesia and Albaz for Albion. Albion. Fuse 1, 2 into Lubellion. Lubellion will activate, discarding whatever, and then fusing into your. Actually, I can. Yeah, maybe. Well, I play 2, so I can leave that there. Into your Mirror Jade. Then this will activate, fusing into Dragos Tapalia with these. If you're going to toggle on, end phase, Albion. Grab opening. Opening. Special Quem. Quem. I mean, I might have made it like I made a little bit of a mistake, a little bit maybe. I should have sent Romarin instead of the Cartesia, and then sent Decklist to search a Predaplant, and then used that to send Cartesia. But here, activate Mirror Jade, dump Titaniclad, finish that, trigger Quem, summon Cartesia, Titaniclad, add Albaz. And they go here. Cartesia. Use off these two. Into Predapower Fusion Dragon. And then Quem will activate, summoning back your Mirror Jade. Or you could summon back the Albaz, discard a card, and then fuse their monster into Mirror Jade if they have something. If you want to wait for that, that's also an option. But that requires you to have a second Mirror Jade, which I'm not playing. There we go. I'm showing here because I've done so many hands that just have this guy. This is like the only brick in the deck, and it's like horrible to draw this card. You can't do shit with that. But well, I'll just go off with this combo here. Opening. Special Aliber. Aliber will activate. Adding, of course. What else? But Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion. Using Romarin and Albaz to make Albion. Albion. Chainlink to Romarin. Romarin. Send Decklist. Albion. Where is he? Rebellion. Using 1, 2. Rebellion. Chainlink 1. And then Chainlink 2. I mean, I'll show you something with this hand. A way you can, like, kinda. That's like, okay, if you draw the Darlington Cobra, you just use this. Grab. Not normal, so it can grab. If you normaled the Aluber, you would grab this guy, and then you could do some silly fusions after you grab this guy. I'm just gonna grab the Orpheus Scorpio because I have a monster in hand. If I didn't have a monster, I'd have to play this a little bit differently. I'm just gonna shuffle back the Darlington Cobra in itself in order to make Dragostopelia. You could just make a Mirror Jade there if you didn't draw the Darlington Cobra. But I needed to do it like that so I could shuffle the Darlington Cobra back into the deck. I'm just going to discard the special Clamido Sundew. Clamido Sundew will fuse into Ambulo Melodies. Right there. Ambulo Melodies. Going to grab the Predaplanting. And then tribute itself to special a Darlington Cobra from the deck. Darlington Cobra will activate, searching fusion deployment. Then you will deploy your fusion, deploy Cartesia, and then Cartesia fuses into yet another second Dragostopelia. Set 1, end phase, Albion, set the banishment. This is a lot of interruption. Something you could do if you're afraid of spell traps, you could have fused off the Dragostopelia with the Ambulo Melodies in order to make Predapower Fusion Dragon, and then immediately in your opponent's draw phase fire the Predaplanting. That turns on the Predapower negate if you are scared of like evenly or if they like try and go to battle phase. It's a lot better. You can like shoot this off or just fuse those two into that, fire that if they go to battle phase. It's pretty nice in order to get on the board. They're just gonna. And also I switched the solo mode in order into a different one that actually like plays more stuff, so I can just like show off all of the interruptions. Oh, that's perfect. You're adding a monster that's actually going to have an effect. Oh boy. Ooh. Yeah. My God. Can't do anything about any of this. Okay, here we go. I'll have to start using my negates now. I'll just shoot everything off just to like show off thing, and then maybe they summon another monster. Not, you just go with this. They summon another thing, you can use Predaplant in order to negate it, and then you activate the Cartesia here. 1, 2. That's going to negate whatever they activated potentially, and then this goes into the Predapower Fusion Dragon. Great card to Kaiju. If your opponent Kaiju's this, it's funny, because it just comes back. The Bufo, I guess. And then you can use Banishment to summon back the Dragos Depalia. And then fuse off these into a Grand Guignol. Banishment is a soft monster per turn, so it's now active again. Just gonna dump Malong. Malong can bounce a card. And then you still have Omni Negate, Monster Negate, and then this can banish in order to summon the Luluwalilith. And I fucked up my my chain, so I didn't get the pop off of planning. You have to use planning before you fuse with Cartesia. So you use planning to negate something, then it goes to grave, then you fuse Cartesia to make this, which pops a card. Next common I'm going to show off is a Looper that you have to normal summon. So not opening, but it's a Looper that requires your normal summon. So it gets a little different here. I mean, a little different besides adding Braided Fusion. I mean, that's every Looper ever. But a lot of the combos do require you to have an extra monster in your hand in order for Orphoscopio to discard. But some combos don't require it. You can just skip this step, depending on the hand. This is something you're going to be doing a lot. Orphos, or that to send that. That's not the right monster. Do Lubellion. Trim 1. Trim 2. This has to search for the Bufolicula. Rebellion. Go into Dragos Depalia. Unfortunately, this can't put counters on your own monsters. If it could, that would be insane, because you could put a counter on your own guy, special this, and go like full combo. But this is just like a little bit of a combo here, not as strong. Yeah. This is a set banishment kind of combo. And then this one you kind of have to do is like there's nothing you're not going to want to fuse anything off. So you just want to immediately use Banishment to Reborn. Leave Dragos Talia. And not fuse. So you've got your monster negate and then realm negate, which is not super good, but this is off of just normal summon reader, so you've got like the stuff in your hand here that I have. And this guy just like floats into itself, which is like kind of cool. A lot of every time I've gotten kaiju, they just like kaiju because they see like, oh, Omni negate, so they just kaiju it and then it just comes right back. Unfortunately, this will spin it, so I have to negate that. Replacing the counter, and then so long as this stays on the field, I have the Omni negate. So Reborn, I mean, might as well. No reason not to do this. If this could place counters on my side of the field as well, that would be a lot better. Because again, that would have, like I said, allowed me to go on to summon Decklist and do a lot more. But yeah, that's the one card if you have the normal summon the Lulu. Combo I'm going to show now is just Orphis Scorpio plus any monster. So, starting normal summon the Orphis Scorpio, discard the monster that you have, which will special summon the Clemido Sundew. Clemido Sundew fuses into Ambulomelids. Ambulomelids adds from deck to hand, card of planning, and then it activates, attributing itself to special summon from the deck. Your Darlington Cobra. Darlington Cobra searches for Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion. This is the combo that I'm going to show that is why it's important to play Roamer in. Albion. Channeling 1 Albion. Protected from Ghost Bell. Channeling 2 Roamer in. Why it's important because you want to summon this guy out. That's why this is important. Instead of just sending a dark for that, you need to go for this. You could go for Lubellion if you want to shuffle your things back, but I don't like having to discard a card, so I just choose not to do that. This will search for Bufolicula. Place that in a scale. Activate the effect to fuse. Into Dragos Tapalia. Set Predaplanting. End phase, make sure you're toggled on. We're doing this again. Add the opening. And then activate opening. Discarding a card. Special summon Quem. Send Cartesia. And end. No effective Cartesia. But we can't use this because I have to banish a monster on my field, which I really don't want to do. So, we're just going to have to use Quem to summon the Cartesia. Okay, I'm mashing that. I don't know why they're always doing that, searching for the Armageddon Knight normal summon and just activating this. It's fucking weird. I don't know, why is it not normal summon the Armageddon Knight? What the hell? Oh, his up's already in the hand. Oh, there's the normal summon of the Armageddon Knight, which will get gated by Dragos Tapalia. I'll just use this now, whatever. That will trigger the Quem to summon Cartesia. Anyway, I'll do this just to show off a little bit. That would negate everything on their board. Biblisp, search Giantus, which allows you on your next turn to fuse these two. And then you can go for Cartesia here. If you want, you can fuse into another Dragostapelia, you can fuse into Starving Venom Predator Fusion Dragon. I like the option to go into this, giving you an Omni Negate. And then on the fusion of this, you get to trigger Planning to flip a card. And that was just off of one Orphis Scorpio. It was a 1-card combo, plus a monster in hand to discard. And then I'll just like I'll show a little bit of a little, if any way of getting a monster into my hand. No. But I'll just show the follow-up here. You would just do that, fuse these two off into Emblem Melodies, that's your follow-up. Next combo, and I think the last combo that I'm going to show is Biblisp plus Predaplant. So this is how it's going to go. Activate the special, and then add Clemido Sundew. Or you could add Orphis Scorpio, doesn't matter. Normal, Sundew, going to activate, fuse into Ambulomelids. New Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Doing it like this, I don't have to discard a card, so I don't have a monster. Add the Bufolicula, and add the Planning. Ambulomelids, tribute itself, summon Darling Cobra. Don't need to go through the Orphoscopia for this line, so you don't need to get that discard. Branded Fusion, and Branded Fusion. Romarin Albaz into Albion. Chainlink 1, Albion. Chainlink 2, Romarin. Romarin. Send whatever. This into I'm gonna try doing this thing again. But Bufo. Into Stapelia. Set Planning. End phase. Add the opening again. Doing this play again. This is really good, really strong. Unfortunately, again, same issues before. There's nothing good to banish off the mana trade, so we're just gonna sit on that in the grave. But this is a lot better here. And also, searching for the opening obviously gets you this protect here, which is very cool. I mean, I guess that triggers a come. Well, no reason not to trigger this. Thunderbird. There's that. quick credit planning to put a predator counter on everything. So the Decklist. So that means my opponent like has to play the Bufo. So they've got to put stuff into clearing the Bufo, otherwise I fuse later. Predator counter on all the cards, and trigger Decklist to search for Triantis. And linking into the unicorn. So on that. I'll get to the gate. From here, I can use Mirror Jade, finish, and then if I can use Cartesia to either go into this to send Belong to bounce a card, or I prefer doing this because this card is super cool, into Predapower Fusion Dragon, and then Predaplanting will pop a card, and you still have your negate with Predapower Fusion Dragon. And you still will have game because of these two. And Cartesia is also still alive, obviously. Oh, Decklist comes back. That's funny. Got all three in the grave. Pendulum Summoner for Scorpio. Boom. 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 For the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show a little combo you can do, little things you can do going second with certain hands. You can do some funny things. But that's just like a terrible card to have. Little plays you can do going second if you have the ability to get these cards here. Obviously that's really good to have the chain block Luber. That's not what I'm going for here. I should... whatever. Replace this. If you had another monster in hand, you could place the Triantis here, and then just fuse Bufo, Triantis, and monster hand. But I'm just gonna do it like this. 1, 2, 3. Ideally, you would have another monster hand, so you could just use the 2 Pentascales plus the 1 in hand, and retain those guys in your board. But you're gonna have just your chain blocked Chimera. And that's like the play, and that turns on your Decklist to summon. And another little thing you can do, that way you get this guy on the board in order to fuse it off. Achoo! Achoo! Oh my god. Achoo! Send that in order to banish those from the right here. Little going second OTK combo. Next is going to be some replays. So here I got some replays that I saved here from my games in Master Rank. I don't know why. What's up with the quality? Don't know why the quality looks like that, but whatever. So here I started with Orphoscorpio, which gets filtered. I was just going for the one card combo here. I didn't get the chance to see what I discarded. I think I might have discarded an Albaz. Oh, I discarded one of my Drolls. Yeah, I had the Branded Fusion, so I can play through that Veiler. Do some little combos here. This was like a little bit of a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have used the this, but it didn't matter too much because I was able to fuse into this Ambula Melodies. But the Gamma coming down here really put a big wrench in my plans. The Gamma I did not expect, so I was thinking about that for a while, whether or not to use that there, but I did decide and eventually to use this Ball in order to get this to the grave. Cause I was going to lose a lot of bodies if that happened, and I wouldn't get my effect of this here. So basically what I was doing, I was just like hoping that my opponent would just summon a Dark Monster. Realizing that as soon as it passed turn, I was like, okay, I want him to scale Wakaushi, summon Wakaushi. That's what I wanted him to do, and that is exactly what happened. So I got pretty lucky with the matchup and the combo starter there. Being able to activate the Banishment immediately for the Albion, and then fuse Albion with the Wakaushi right away into another copy of Dragon's Opinion. He goes for the normal summon, gets to do some plays here. Links into the Link 1, of course. And I don't really have anything to stop this, so I don't have a choice but to let him do his combos. But of course I'm going to hit this. Just don't want him to get that back. I still have another negate for something else. And also the Predator counters making the monster level 1 actually does matter in this matchup, funnily enough. He's going to go for that, and then I will just negate again, which turns it into a level 1, which means even though he has that level 4 in hand, Soul Gaia booster, he can't special it and make a rank 4 because it's not a level 4 anymore. Not a great draw for closing the game, but it's pretty good in this matchup now because I can just negate his Soul Piercer if he goes for it, and I still have the 2 Dragon's Opinion negates, so I'm in a pretty good spot. 3 interruptions for 3 cards in hand. Kind of didn't remember that could do that every turn. But yeah, he just goes for this. And the Scarecrow, not even too much I could even be able to do. But I will immediately call by the Piercer, of course. Can let him keep getting those searches. And then the Scarecrow discards and gets negated by one of my biggest abilities, of course. And he's gonna scoop it up. I think. I'm pretty sure I remember. This happened today. These replays are from today. Yeah, and then he just surrenders right away. Next game, I think the second replay that I had in this video is going second. Yes, second replay is going second. Not too good of a hand. This hand is like, I mean, it's good. It's got practice, deployment, brand fusion. It's got like all the crazy spell cards. My opponent just sets and passes. They're on Labyrinth, of course. Here, they're on Labyrinth. Decent draw here, but it would have to eat the normal summon. Maxi, which I have the Ash for. This really sucked. I didn't like this. I was like, I just hope they don't have Maxi, because I figured it was Labyrinth when I went for the setup, and I was just gonna like, okay, I'll just Ash the Welcome, but the Maxi demands the Ash Blossom, so I won't have that for the Welcome, unfortunately. I thought about potentially summoning an Albaz here, but I eventually just opted to summon Cartesia, and then I would just normal the Eleburn, play around some imperms and whatnot. He's gonna go Gozen. I'll chain Cartesia, which didn't matter because Lady wasn't gonna chain there anyways. I thought about this. Going into Grand Null was like the only thing I could make, but also it outs the Gozen match. I just send Malong, bounce the Gozen. Then I can just activate the Brand of Fusion here, getting me into Albion. I'm gonna go Albion. Romarin, and I could have made Mirror Jade. Well, no, I couldn't make Mirror Jade because he did that. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I couldn't go for Mirror Jade, unfortunately, because of the way this went. I didn't have an Albaz anymore, so I had to just end up making using the 2 lights in order to go to my dragon, which I thought was pretty good because this just has a random quick effect. So if he activates that trap, I can just use that to chain block the Lady from triggering, which was like my thought here. Better playing around that than playing around the Imperm that eventually ended up coming down, because I figured I wouldn't be able to really kill him anyways. This was definitely better being able to chain block because I was not going to be able to kill him. Although I feel like maybe I could if that had resolved, but I didn't really have much else to even search, honestly. I'm gonna search a Super Poly maybe. But I already used all my fusion spells. Again, probably not a good idea to go into that. I probably should have just gone to something else, but that was my only way to actually clear the Lady. And he is just a big dude. And my opponent just surrendered. Replay number 3 here. Going first this time. Absolutely insane hand. Well, not super crazy. It still just loses if Brand of Fusion gets ashed, I suppose. But luckily that didn't happen. So I got to do my full big combo with the practice and everything. Going into the belly in here. That way I can get into a Mirror Jade. Summoning that, going for that, summoning the Chlamydia Sundew, and grabbing the Bufolicula. Chlamydia Sundew is going to fuse those two because that guy is considered a Predaplant, which allows me to go into Ambulomelids, which searches for planning, and then also summons out the Darlington Cobra. Which of course gets fusion deployment for Cartesia. And then the Bufolicula. I chain this. What do I do with this one? I want to go into Ignore. Set that. And then fuse those two off into the big Omnigate guy. That's a pretty good play, honestly. And then just firing the Banishment immediately, which I probably maybe shouldn't have done, but it's not a big deal. And this is it I was talking about. This guy just consuming kaijus. They kaiju it and then it just brings itself back because they don't read it. Yeah, maybe I could have fired the Predaplant in order to have a negate immediately. But luckily they didn't add stream mode. They were just playing Egyptian gods, which is weird because this was in like Master Rank 4. So I don't know why there was Egyptian gods in Master Rank 4, but it is what it is. Very interesting deck. I always forget about Ackerman's second effect, but it doesn't make it too big of a deal. I can just hit that with the negate. Shoots for the God Slime, and that would trigger the the Quem here, summon back the Albaz. Not the Cartesia, because there's no need to summon the Cartesia here. Just summoning the Albaz, searching for that thing again, I guess. But then Albaz triggers discarding to fuse into Mirror Jade, yeah. Fusing into Mirror Jade, planning, pops a card, Mirror Jade has a banish. I still haven't used the negate. Next game here, I'm going first again. This is okay. This thing is alright. It's got the one card combo with Orpheus. It's got the one card Scorpio combo, and it has Cartesia to enslave from impermanence. So we're pretty safe here. Oh my goodness. Oh, this. What the fuck? What? Why does it smell so bad? Oh my god. I just opened a bag of Sour Patch Kids and they smell like shit. What the fuck? Oh, why do they smell like that? Oh, they taste fine. I don't know what happened, but he just ashed the Ambulum Melodies to search, and then I just summoned Darlington Cobra after Brain Fusion, and they scooped because they didn't say the after Brain Fusion. This here, I have open Decklist, 100%. Should have done this in the draw phase, but I didn't toggle on in time. I gotta go to my settings and set it to like automatically be on. But it is. I asked the opening for some reason. I don't know why you would ever do that. But I don't full combo here. I don't like actually having this because then it's just livening on their turn. It's like 60 cards. If he hits, he hits. But honestly, this isn't too bad because it puts a body on his board. Because I can ban from the end phase for Mirror Jade to trigger the Clem. I don't think I do. I didn't go for that line. But I did still banish the Happiness. I finally banned from here. They regret asking the opening. What I've done is use the Mirror Jade to banish this, and then go on to the Power Fusion Dragon. But it makes sense I didn't do that. My opponent goes for a fusion deployment immediately. Further Bruising Heart. It's pretty cool. I like the decks that do that. Branded Tournament, that was a fun deck to play. How he could do that. That was really fun to do. But a pretty good hand. Sheeran having this deployment. Ashing the Sheeran here. Of course. Go and get the body of the mill. Goes for Albaz. I'll just throw the banishment. I'm gonna use this Albaz with my Albion. Making that biggest failure. Bring back Khadija and Nelstrander. Khadija, confuse these off. Make for the Power Fusion Dragon and whatnot. And some crazy things. This one, another replay, going second again. This hand is like okay. Not super good. But it's not terrible. Oh, this is this one. This is my opponent just played like horrible. My opponent just like fucked up so many times. They just did not play well at all. Like they're going to Greg with all. If they sent something like yeah, they sent Sarnia. Like what the fuck? I had a servant. I added the Clem. Or the normal summon. Starting Titanic class, I had a special the Clem. I don't do that. But all the practice here, practice on the top was really good draw. I'm gonna go. And after that, we didn't even have the opportunity to play it out. But I would have won.